Hello everyone. In today's video, I'm going to talk about Offline Reading 1, Unit 3, Skills and Vocabulary Development section. Are you ready? Let's get started.
The first part is about note-taking. Taking good notes is an important part of academic success. Actively taking notes can help you focus on and better understand main concepts. As you read through a text, you should also try to establish a frame by underlining and by using symbols, marks, and abbreviations. This will increase comprehension, and it will also be of great use while writing outlines and summaries. Now, let's look at a few useful techniques for effective note-taking. First of all, you should survey the text and the visual information to see what you will read. And you should look through the paragraphs to get a general idea of what they are about. And while reading, you can underline or mark important points that you want to take notes on. But please be careful. Highlighting everything on the page may not be a good idea. Just highlight or underline key concepts. And please remember that economy is important in taking notes. You should keep content words and you should ignore some function words, repeated words, and information and some of the examples. And depending on your preference, you may take notes in the form of tables, charts, outlines, and summaries. This is all up to you. And here is a list of commonly used symbols and abbreviations. You probably already know many of these, especially the mathematical symbols, but perhaps didn't think about using them before. You can use these standard symbols and abbreviations or try to develop your own list, which might use different rules from the ones given here. And now it is time to practice. Read the text and study the sample outline following it. Part of it has been done for you. Complete the rest of the outline by taking your own notes. Now let's analyze the text and the outline. The text is about 4 layers of the earth. You can clearly understand this from the first sentence and the visual given here. If you look at the outline, you can see the numbers and bullet points. And the first layer is crust, and the details about it are given in phrases. They are mostly content words. According to the text, the crust contains 2 segments, the oceanic and continental crust. And part A and B are about these two. When you look at the second layer, mantle, you can see good use of symbols and abbreviations, and I think you know these symbols better than I do. And now, let's look at the answer key for the third and the fourth layers. And please make sure that you have all the key information. However, having some differences in notes is something inevitable because everyone has their own way of writing down their notes. And this is the end of the first part of the video. Now let's focus on the second part of our video, dictionary use. In the dictionary, you may find information about the pronunciation, the part of speech, the different forms, and the derivatives in addition to the definition of words. And most of the time, words have more than one meaning. The part of speech, the context in which the word appears, and the examples will help you choose the suitable meaning. Okay, now let's analyze the sentence given here. Geology is not my field, so I cannot answer your questions. Here you can see the dictionary entry of the word field. I think the first thing I need to decide is the part of speech of this word. And it is a noun because it comes just after the possessive adjective my. And after this, we need to decide which meaning is the suitable one for us. We need to look at the context. And when we look at the context, you can understand that the fourth meaning, an area of study, activity, or interest is the one that we are looking for. And now let's analyze the words in bold. First of all, read the text very quickly and identify the part of speech of the words in bold. Then study the dictionary entries, find the meanings of the words, and write them down in the space provided. This is a text about the city called Chinguetti and its old library. I'm not going to read the whole text. I will just focus on the sentences where we can find the words in bold. So, the first one is manuscripts. Okay, that is to say, a library with Islamic manuscripts. Here, we can understand that manuscripts is a noun because it is just after an adjective Islamic. We will focus on the meanings later. I will show the dictionary entries for that later. And the second one, which has remained intact for several centuries, here I can say that intact is an adjective because after the verb remained, we can either an adjective or a noun. Maybe you can remember the sentences like they remained silent or it remained a secret. From there, maybe you can remember the forms. And after that, what else do we have? It is a ghost town today and it is sinking into the sand gradually. Here, the verb is sinking, is sinking. It is the present continuous form. And gradually, it is at the end of the sentence and it is an adverb, and ly ending helped me a lot to understand this. And when we continue with the following, only a few people stay on as its residents. I can understand that residence over here is a noun again in plural form because it comes just after the possessive adjective its. And now we have another adverb. How did I understand that once is an adverb? Because if you read the sentence without it, the sentence is still grammatically correct. It was a very important city. So it was once a very important city, or it was a very important city. And pilgrims assembled there before they traveled to Mecca. Here, pilgrims is the subject of the sentence, so I can easily say that it is a noun. And assembled is the verb of this sentence, and it is in past simple form. And let's look at the following one. Also, caravans of thousands of camels carrying salt, tea, wool, and other goods halted there on their way to trade with other regions. Here we have a very long subject, caravans of thousands of camels carrying salt, tea, wool, and other goods. Halted over here is again the verb in past simple form. And lastly, we have an adjective. So, how did I understand that it is an adjective? Let's read the sentence first. Because the city was so important, many invaluable Islamic manuscripts found their way into the library of the city. Here, if you look at the structure, many invaluable Islamic manuscripts, I can see a quantifier many, I can see Islamic as an adjective, and I see manuscripts as a noun. So, in the middle of a quantifier and an adjective, in fact, we can have an adjective again. Or, if we analyze the word invaluable, the root of this word is value. It is a noun or a verb. And with able suffix, we can see that it is an adjective from now on. And now I'm going to show you the meanings of the words in bold. But please remember the context. The text is about an old city and its library. Okay, number 1, manuscripts. It's a noun. It means a handwritten text or handwriting. Number 2, intact, an adjective. It means in the original state. Number 3, to sink. It is a verb. To go or fall below the surface of water, mud, or sand. Number 4, gradually, an adverb. It means happening slowly or by small steps. Number 5, resident. It is a noun. It means a person who lives in a certain area. Number 6, once. It's an adverb. It means occurring in the past. Number 7, pilgrim. It's a noun. A person who travels a long way to visit a holy place for religious purposes. Number 8, to assemble. It is a verb. To come together in a group or place. Number 9, to halt. It's a verb. It means to stop. And number 10, the last one is invaluable. It's an adjective. It means extremely valuable, worth of great deal. Okay, here is the last part, collocations. Collocations are words and word groups which are often used together. They sound natural to native speakers, but for non-native speakers like us, like me, it's not very easy to understand why certain words and word groups go together while others do not. But instead of asking the question of why, we need to understand how, maybe. How do they do that? Okay. Now, look at the example. A fight breaks out, not happens. A volcano erupts, not explodes. A car goes fast, not quickly. Or it rains heavily, not strongly. Learning collocations rather than individual words is very important in improving reading comprehension because our brain perceives and stores information in chunks, that is, as groups of words, not as single items. As a result, while reading, if you divide chunks into wrong place, the meaning will be lost. Moreover, it is always easier to remember a word with other words around it than remember it by itself. And here is the list of different types of collocations. In fact, collocations can be of any type. We can have noun plus verb. A fight broke out. Verb plus noun. Run a machine. Adjective plus noun. Heavy rain. Noun plus noun. Groundwater. Verb plus adverb. Speak simply. Adverb plus adjective. Extremely difficult. Noun, adjective, verb plus preposition. An advantage of something. Be good at doing something. Look forward to doing something. And combinations of all. And we need to be aware of the collocations and we need to recognize them when we see or hear them because they will help us a lot. And now let's continue with the following exercise. In fact, this will be the last exercise of this video. And this is all about recognizing the collocations. Okay. Now, read the following paragraph and find the words or word groups you can use to fill in the blanks. This is a very short paragraph, but here the aim is just to recognize the collocations given here. And now I'm going to show you the answer key. And this will be the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you find this video useful. Have a nice day and goodbye.